What's going on, guys? So we left it off. We had got this thing running, we got it in the garage, we painted the wheels, and we put the first ugly schmuck coat of filler on the little things. So now what I'm gonna do, I got the wheels painted together. I put a set of center caps on that I had. So I'm probably gonna go on the car just to save me some room, because it's kind of tight in here. A little chilly day, I might pop the door up, see how tough I'm feeling. Otherwise, I'm just gonna roughly go over some of this stuff with some like 80 grit. I have a random orbiter. I'll just kind of go over most of the car and get kind of little chunks and stuff off. And then kind of knock out some of the real gross stuff around here. We'll do a little bit of primering and whatnot. Make the car one color. That's the goal for today. Put her down, like I said, it runs and drives already. Then, I don't know, we can detail the interior a little bit, give it a quick spritz, do whatever we got to do. But overall, make it a car in a hurry. Maybe we'll take a little test drive. We'll see how it goes. Oh, I'd like to finish the exhaust, actually, while it's up in the air. If I can get some sort of little coupler for that, I might do that. Just every little thing you can do that only costs a few dollars. And mostly time, right? I mean, my time is valueless. I'm sure you guys are right there with me. So, if it's not going to clatter around, if it goes into gear, if it does those things, even if it's just enough for a quick drive around the block or idling in the driveway, that makes such a difference. I can't stress that enough. Yeah, that's where we're gonna leave it. I don't know how crazy I'll go if I want to get in here and clean all that up, or maybe just give it, like, literally brush paint some of those things, like the brush paint I have left over from the wheels. Little things like that make all the difference. Yeah, this is one of those, it gets a little bit worse before it gets any better, but you gotta trust me on this one, it'll work out. All right, we'll set up the laps and start sanding. So here's the fender. I thought I'd just kind of bodywork it, and primer it. That's all I'm gonna do. Just, I mean, it's gonna look way better on camera, way better in pictures. As you guys know, you get the big ugly stuff off, and that's it. I didn't even mask it. I'll go back after with some thinner on a rag and just get the little off the antenna and the marker light. I mean, quick, easy, simple. I'll do the bumper, same thing, but that's it. So I'll get the rest of this side done. This side's actually really easy because the door just has kind of two little spots. The bottom of the door is so rough, I'm not going to worry about it. And a little bit on the sail panel. Then I just scuff the whole thing with some, like, I don't know, 180 or 220, whatever I have lying around, just so the primer kind of sticks to something. And, you know, jam some cardboard or something like that around the glass and let her go. The roof really isn't even that bad. It's almost, like I said, this thing's been sanded. It's basically ready for paint. Just give it a quick scuff. We're good. The decklet needs a little bit. And I think this side was the ugly side. Yeah, there's a fair bit of screwing around. And then the hood. But the hood's kind of flat, so it shouldn't be too bad. But we'll set the laps up. We'll start hammering whatever I do. And I might take a few breaks, do a little bit of paint. Might get the one side done, put the wheels on just so you have a kind of a look. A little bit of a teaser. Hammer down. So immediately, other than just don't look at that, it immediately looks 1,000 times better. The wheels are just kind of sitting on there and all that. The trunk lid will be easy, the hood will be easy, the roof is gonna be nothing. The other fender and door are kind of rough, but again, I mean, the body lines are rough and all those things, but it'll take a nice picture. Someone will actually get to see what it can be down the road instead of having all these different colors and all rough and miscellaneous. So I'm gonna carry on. Danielle's having car problems, so I'm gonna look at her car real quick, see what we can accomplish, see if I can thrash get this done tonight so her car can come in for some work. All right, I keep getting sidetracked. Danny's car, checked the tie rod, and the neighbor came by, so we'll set of tires. Had dinner. Now it's 9. Nothing really gets away from me, so I'll see if I can jam for another couple hours for bedtime. I'd like to get this thing kind of all in primer. At least that side, the hood, the deck lid. I mean, I can do the roof tomorrow. So I'll have to drop it down. Before I drop it down, I do want to get the exhaust. So I'll start jamming, see what happens. It's about midnight. The GoPro actually died at some point. I don't know where. I got the exhaust almost figured out. I was messing with that because I wanted to get this thing painted and dropped down. I started painting, so I got the hood. This side was already done. I did the deck lid. So you can see kind of how this thing is going to be. It looks a hell of a lot more like a car than it did. This side I haven't done anything yet. So you can kind of like, that's basically what the car was when I got it. Just looks like junk. Nobody wants that. So unfortunately I only have a can and a half left of primer, so I'll probably get another can. I'll have to do the quarter, the sail panel, the door. The fender, it's like midnight. I run out of steam. It needs to be sanded and remudded. It's gong show on the front there. It's got a big whammo in it. I'm not fixing it. And I can kind of make that nice, and then I just gotta do the roof. The roof, like I said before, it's pretty much scuff it and shoot, so I'll need a can for that. And I'll see how far I get. Might just need one more can, so it'll be like 10 bucks. But the difference is unbelievable. Hopefully I can get, like I said, get that exhaust figured out tomorrow. Just get a couple of clamps on it, and then if it does that, I can drop it down tomorrow. Hopefully it won't be so loud, or at least sound, coming through the mufflers. I don't know if the rest of the exhaust is broken or not yet. Still got to deal with something with the fuel system, but I don't know if I'll do that on this video or not. I like to kind of do the bodywork stuff, so I gotta paint that black a little bit, make it look nice, and be done with it. So we'll lapse it, and I'll just kind of end it there, and then I'll see you guys tomorrow for the last of the bodywork and primer, and hopefully I'll finish this during the day. Before it gets too late and dark, and we can back it out so you can kind of see what it looks like in the daylight, because I'm stoked on it. Looks way cooler now. I don't know how it's going to show up here. Can we get far enough away? Oh yeah. Now, come on. You guys have to admit in the comments, this looks 1,000 times better than it did yesterday. I'm going to say between getting it running, screwing around with the brakes, getting in here, jacking up, doing the body work, I've got 4 or 5 hours in it, and I mean, I don't know, some filler and paints, let's say $100 worth of materials, and that's the difference you've made. I think it's damn near double the price of the car. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Enjoy time lapse. What's going on, guys? So, back in the garage, real shocker there. I just came out here, it's actually kind of late, it's probably 8:30. We're just going around and working late, and we're looking at our house, but I put a little schmoo filler on. While the compressor was building up, I actually got under the car, and I started messing around with the fuel system just a little bit. These fancy wheels I got. Put those on something. Anyways, so was underneath the car, and the sender on these fine E-bodies, actually pretty handy. It's right on the side. This was the hose that was connecting the sender to the metal, and you can just, I don't know what's going to come on camera. It was just completely junk. It's been electrical taped, which leads me to believe it was not so good. Anyways, so I took that off, and I hooked up an air line to the line, and I just kind of pumped air. I don't know if you can hear it. It sat with about 40 or 50 psi through it for a little bit, then all of a sudden, poof, it blew out. Now the risk you take with jamming a bunch of air in there is it could blow the line out if it's all rusty, but sounds like it's going through. I'm pretty sure the fuel pump was good, so all I'm going to do is undo this clamp and put those together, and then I just got to run the line, the rubber line, in the front of the car, which I had disconnected and bypassed on that electric fuel pump I put on just to get it running. But all I'm going to do is literally unhook that hose, trim this up, jam this line back through there, and hook it up to the mechanical pump, and then it should run on its own. Just every little thing you can do to make it run and drive like this. It works, but it's pretty embarrassing. You got to pop the hood and hook up a little electric pump and a 1-gallon jerry can, and like, you know what I mean? It just, this looks better. So while I was in there, I think I finished up the exhaust. I don't know if I showed you that or not, but I just put some clamps on. I got it connected, but the further you go back, it's got little rust and pinholes and stuff, so it just won't be quite so loud. So another thing for you guys that live in the city like me, this now looks so much more appealing and better to the neighbors. I still got to finish the one side of the roof, obviously, but it'll be one color. The exhaust is an open exhaust, clattering around, stuff like that. It'll actually run with the key. I mean, anybody looking by, you can put a set of license plates on this thing. Other than the cores being completely hammered, no one's going to say nothing, right? A little tech tip there. But the compressor shut off. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to time-lapse doing the fender. You guys seen enough of that at this point. I'll sand it real quick. I'm going to hook the fuel line up. Hopefully, I'll steal a battery out of the Challenger. The other Challenger, put it in here, get it running. We'll test what the exhaust sounds like, and hopefully the fuel system is now back to good enough. And then, unfortunately, it's raining and it's laid out. So I'll probably finish it there tonight. Tomorrow after work, I'll do a quick little, we'll drive, we'll take a thumbnail, do those kind of cool things in the sun. And I think we're kind of done with this thing. At least I'm done with it. But yeah, before I start stripping it all apart anyways. Make it look nice, then take it all apart. Story of my life. Well, check this out. It's on the ground. I couldn't get the fuel pump to work. I blew the line out, so that was good. It just wouldn't pick anything up. So I just, I put that electric pump just in line. I wired some switch 12. I finished off the fender. So it's pretty much all primer. Got the wheels back on it. Looking like a car. It's late. I got sidetracked like usual. I'm just going to scuff the roof real quick. I want to blast it with primer and then let that dry overnight. Then tomorrow I'll hit all the kind of stainless or chrome or whatever with just some real fine steel wool and some thinner maybe. Just get all the stuff off, clean the glass up. And I think I want to paint the back black just around the Dodge. I put the emblems back on the hood just in case you didn't know what it was. It's a Dodge. So we're nearing the end. Like I said, you know, clean up the marker lights and stuff like that. But it now runs and well, it runs and starts and does its thing. Okay, stupid legs. Off the key. Oh, I fixed the exhaust a little bit. Still loud, but so it sits there, it idles. Sounds like it's got no accelerator pump, and I'm sure it hasn't been had a tune-up in a while, but that's what people want to buy, right? So I think I'll just set you up on the laps. I'll sand the roof, prime it real quick. We'll clock wipe till tomorrow. And that's when we'll maybe back this thing out. It's rainy and shitty and stuff like that anyways. I'm gonna show you I got those wheels for the 55, so that's coming up in the next video or one after. I want to change all that, and I bought a different steering wheel for it. Stupid one arm. Look at that. We'll put that on the 55 too. So that's coming up. We'll finish off this thing tomorrow. Put it out in the weeds, take a couple of cool pictures of it. Yeah. See you guys tomorrow. What's going on, guys? Next day. Where I left it, the GoPro actually died. I just kept working. So you saw me, I painted the roof. There was just one spot that went a little goofy, so I gooed it up today. Just kind of let that harden up. It's not, I mean, at the end of the day, it's gonna have like kind of cracks like that is what it was. But this is right where you're gonna look, you know what I mean? So if you're gonna have a part that doesn't look good, it shouldn't be somewhere real obvious like. I painted the back, literally just brush paint, trim clad brush paint. I just went whoop, so it's rough, nothing crazy, but the car's the car, so I am going to sand that real quick, give it a quick fog of primer. I like this, I get it from Rondex, but high build, so it's like essentially kind of body filler in a can, so it fills in little scratches and stuff, because this was done in 80 grit. So, I mean, not bad. And once I get that done, then you can see where I really did pretty lazy on the masking. So I'll just kind of clean that up with either some fine steel wool, or I got some reducer, a combination of both. Get that, save the back glass, just, you know, reducer on a rag, get all the glass cleaned up, the mirror, the door handles, the marker lights, and I think probably the bumpers. Hey, you could have masked it ultimately. Same amount of labor as far as I'm concerned. So I'll do that. Then I want to put it outside. I want to wash it real quick. I'm going to take some pictures of it because I want this thing to go up for sale, because I'm going to try and sell it with the impression is I'm going to take the interior and all that out, but at least now someone can sit in it, put it in gear, do all those things, give me a deposit, whatever they want to do, or hate it. And if that's the case, then whatever, at least I've prettied it up for myself. So I'm not going to lapse that. I'll get that done, get it primed, then I'll bring it back and just kind of show you what I'm going to do around the edges, and then it'll be outside. It is getting late start again today. What time? So it's almost 8 o'clock. Sun goes down an hour, so I want to try and jam hard for an hour, get outside so we can see this thing in the daylight, give it a wash. That's the plan for tonight. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. Tricks of the trade. Gloves. These things are getting hard to find now, eh? Miscellaneous reducer, I believe that's what it was, or gun wash or whatever. I put some of this in a little bowl. Steel wool, bunch of zeros, extra fine. So I've done this side and I haven't done that side, so I'll kind of just show you what I do here. Whether or not this is right or wrong, I don't know. You want to be careful with the reducer on this primer, because it'll just peel it right off. So I just kind of get a little bit, oh, neighbors are going crazy out there. Get a little bit of steel wool, kind of whatever. Messed up, I mean, I clean wheels with it, windshields, doesn't matter, it's not going to hurt it. Or at least I don't think it does. And then you just want to be real gentle, right up kind of where the paint is. The camera's okay because I'm staring at my hand as opposed to the viewfinder, but so just kind of do that. Kind of makes it milky and murky. Do the rest of the glass. Just trying not to get the paint on the car as much as possible because it'll peel off or go all gooky. And this I had a little bit of a reducer gun wash on it. Switch hands. There you go. So I mean, pretty simple. Take your time. It'll look decent. And once you get that done, I mean, just Windex the glass or however crazy you want to go or not go. There you go. I mean, good enough, right? Good enough for what it's for. Same thing, like, you know, you got this little bit of paint. Just a little bit of that. Comes right off. There you go. So I'll do the drip rails a little bit, or I think I do the front windshield, just the corners of the bumpers because I kind of half-assed that, and as well as the tail lights. I mean, this on the plastic, it comes off real easy. So I'll get that dialed. Man, it looks like it's gonna rain, so I gotta get this quick. I just want to switch the 55 in, Challenger out, and yeah, that's where we'll leave it today. This thing's looking good, right? What do you guys think? Was it worth my time? I probably got, unfortunately it's over 3 nights because I just the way it's been going with work and everything, but I'm gonna say I have a total of 6 hours in this thing, maybe 7. So I got it running, driving, brakes work, fuel system works, painted the wheels, roughly did the body, did all that, clean up all the glass and everything. I might vacuum the interior and kind of wipe it all down. I think doing that, and I mean, cost-wise, if you had to buy the filler and buy the paper and all that stuff, I mean, maybe $100, $150. I had a lot of this junk laying around, which I'm sure if you guys are in the same kind of role, you do as well. So, I don't know, for $100 and a Saturday, I mean, a full Saturday, I think I've doubled the value, perceived value of this thing. Again, I'm not trying to make it, you're not trying to scam the guy. You're trying to just show what it can be. And if you don't do this, you're gonna have people like me showing up to buy your car, and I don't pay top dollar. So there you go. I'll finish this up, we'll get her backed out, and be done with this video. Story of my life. By the time I got everything moved around, it's dark out. It's, I don't know, 10:30 or something like that, but the hot rod's outside. I'll wash this thing up tomorrow and put a for sale sign on it and see what happens. I'll do a walk around, you guys can see after I wash it and everything. This will be the next video. I'm stoked to work on this thing. Like I said, I got wheels for it. I think I ordered wheel studs because I broke a couple, and steering wheel, and I think that's all I got. Oh, it's got some sort of electrical draw to it, so work on that a little bit, which be a nice, easy, fun one. I love this thing, and I don't know, I don't feel like it gets as much love on the channel as it deserves. Everyone seems to love it, you guys all like it, so that's what we're working on next. But I'll see you guys tomorrow for finishing up the Challenger and starting 55. Alright guys, I don't know where we left it exactly, but 55 is in the garage now, and Challenger's outside. So it's all dusty and dirty and stuff like that, so I was just gonna fire up the pressure washer, hose it down, clean all the windows, clean the bumpers, do all those little things, stuff like that. I actually, I'm not gonna lie, I put it up, I listed it, and I've already had 3 or 4 people come and look at it, got a few offers on it, but there's actually a guy that wants to trade for kind of a cool car, so I'm waiting on that. We're going from there, so you never know what's gonna happen, right? So we'll get it all shined up, finish up this video, and then I've actually started a 55 video, so you got that to look forward to right away. And then I don't know what we're doing, Challenger stuff, Chevy stuff, we'll see how it goes. But we'll get this thing cleaned up. Never fails. So another guy came look at the car, which is good, but then the fuel pump didn't work, so I got that fixed, and then the needle and seat got stuck. So we got it running by just kind of pouring fuel down the carburetor with a bottle. That's never good. But Whatever, took it apart, cleaned it, put it back together. And now, of course, that I'm by myself, it works just perfectly. I give it a bath, I washed it, I'll probably wipe off the fenders, did the glass, did a few things. I actually washed this thing up a little bit too, but I was gonna get under the hood real quick, just cuz. But yeah, next thing you know, I'm just gonna drive over there. We'll do a walk around when it's kind of in the grass there. We're gonna get kind of, it's a little snug with all this stuff right here, but it runs again. That's all good. So we'll do a walk around. We'll end this fine video. Look at this thing, it's nice, eh? We made it this far. The carburetor's unhappy. I cleaned the wheel and seat, then the auxiliary pump stopped working. It's just really a pain. And I don't want to have it on the road any more than I have to. The sun's coming down, it's, well, there's not much left, so we were to do the walk around here before I got into a spot where I can't get out of. So look at this thing, looks good. I'm stoked on it. The future owner's gonna love it. I know actually a lot of you guys comment about this, you know, I appreciate it. You want to buy it and all that. I think just staying local is the way to go. Between shipping, everything going on right now, you can't get anything across the border. It'd be a real pain. I mean, if somebody local wants it, or if you're going to travel somehow, by all means. I've had a guy offer me $4,000 for it so far. I turned that down, but I don't know. It's all together. I'm happy with it. It looks good. It looks a lot better than it is. You guys saw the video. You know exactly what it's all about. But that's what, well, like I said, a day or two can make. I did over a few days just because life happens. But I'm stoked on this thing. Hopefully you guys are too. Make sure you leave a comment. Let me know what you think of this thing. Subscribe to the channel. Tell all your friends. As always. And when we come back, we're doing 55 stuff. And then we're doing more Challenger stuff. The black Challenger. So once we do the 55, that's going to be in the driveway. Then I'll be in the garage. I'm going to start peeling parts apart. And swapping them around. I might take some of the parts off this one and put it back on that one, like the door panels and all that. We'll see. A lot of you guys noted the panels might not fit around the bar. There's a fair bit of room. Also, I'm not dead set on these door bars. If they have to come off, so be it. There you go. Sprucing up an old hot rod for a couple $100. Try and make it look as nice as you can. Hey, you could have done this after you bought the thing and it looks way less obtrusive. I know a lot of you guys don't have inspections and stuff like that, which I do, but I mean, really, you could ugly bang a quarter panel on this thing on each side and really be driving it. That's it for me. See you guys in the next one.